Hello friends, today is February 17th, 2026. Let's talk about the wins, the misses and the messy bits in the world of game development from the perspective of an industry insider. Let's start with the new Horizon multiplayer game. With the whole situation with Light of Modiram being more or less resolved, Guerrilla Games is really putting the pedal to the metal with Horizon games, announcing Horizon Hunters Gathering. The trailer showcases that this is yet another multiplayer project, designed for up to 3 players in tactical co-op combat against machine enemies. You play as a set of hunters, each with their own set of skills and weapons, hunting evil robots, which looks very similar to Monster Hunter or Dauntless. The game emphasizes on team-based skill-oriented encounters and tactical action. And aside from a few already announced modes, it will feature a narrative campaign that takes players through new mysteries and stories that are fully canon. While even during the reveal the developers highlighted that they love making single-player games, they sure could have fooled me, as it is a second project in recent years based on the Horizon series focused on multiplayer. Don't get me wrong, the idea sounds good and the trailer looks fantastic. The studio has already proven time and again that it can produce strong titles. And the Horizon is a great franchise to use for exploring new opportunities. But it's very easy to overdo it with monetization and progression when making a live service title. And based on the recent performance of similar games with Sony, it's tricky to say whether this one will be a success or a failure. What's clear though is that the sentiment for this game is already more positive than for Horizon Steel Frontiers, a separate Horizon MMO project. Maybe because it's not mobile first. Guerrilla Games also said that there will be a closed playtest starting soon for Horizon Hunters Gathering, so we'll see very fast if this one is worth the hype. What do you think about this upcoming gem? Moving on to Ubisoft cancelling yet another Assassin's Creed game. And no, it's not a Fall Guys one. It is a separate game codenamed Leap. According to Insider Gaming, this project was originally planned as a multiplayer extension or a DLC to Assassin's Creed Shadows, designed to let up to 4 players cooperate in missions in a big open world of Japan. But then Ubisoft decided to make it a standalone game, and recently it's been revealed that the project was ultimately shut down. Apparently it was decided that it was too time-consuming and it did not meet quality standards. But it's not all bad. Ubisoft Vantage allegedly will take over the project, and potentially incorporate the work in another upcoming Assassin's Creed game. This whole thing is probably not a big surprise. With all the news about restructuring and the state of the industry in general, this project does not sound like a sure thing. And anything but a sure thing scares the living hell out of big publishers these days. Also, I have to say, shifting this project to be a standalone game and then saying, sorry guys, it's too much? I mean, yeah, what did you expect? Are you making games for the first time? Come on guys. Also, quick thing, if you don't know who I am, my name is Alex, I'm a game producer and I'm here to help you get caught up on everything that's going on in the video game industry. More on the new games topic. With Arc Raiders enjoying a well-deserved success, there are even more projects in the works at Embark Studios. According to a big interview with IGN, the CEO of the company recently talked a lot about the plans for their crown jewel, as well as cheaters and what makes Arc Raiders so special in the first place. But aside from that, he also casually mentioned that while they want to continue building the Raiders and the finals, there are 2 other games in development. Specifically, he shared that the company can live for a long time on the money that Arc Raiders has been generating, and that gives financial security and employment stability for people that work there. Embark Studio are growing, hiring people, and have 2 new games in development that they hope to finish someday. While we still don't know what kind of games they are making, considering that the company only has 2 and both of them are live service multiplayer projects, it is probably a safe bet to assume that the next ones will be as well. Which is probably a good thing. With the current titles, Embark Studios is gaining a lot of expertise and valuable experience. The final set up the groundwork, Arc Raiders brought success and recognition, who knows what the next one will bring. Now to the messy bits, specifically more details about alleged sabotage of MindsEye. Builder Rocket Boy just refuses to stay out of the spotlight, doesn't it? Recently, information surfaced about the company finally identifying the people responsible for the game's downfall. And I'm saying all this in big quotation marks. According to internal information leaked to Insider Gaming, the co-CEO of the company shared that he quote-unquote caught the guys. He said that there was a whole campaign with the sole purpose of smearing their game, with a budget of over 1 million euros spent in 2025. And the culprits are a very big American company, a UK-based company Ritual Network, several influencers, journalists, and a few employees of Baldur Rocket Boy, all of whom will be served a criminal complaint shortly for espionage, sabotage, and criminal interference. He also suggested that the employees put the names and the people into their upcoming spy mission for quote-unquote their own fun. Based on this information, the company managed to identify at least some of those people by installing cybersecurity updates that monitored everything the employees were doing, which is a whole other can of worms. But yet again, so far the world saw zero evidence of this alleged smear campaign. And I have to say, I believe that the company leadership believes they were sabotaged. I do. But the facts are that the game was in a very poor state, and I refuse to believe that all the people who are saying that this game is bad were paid to say so. At some point they'll have to face reality and admit to themselves that it just wasn't good enough and hopefully move on. But I guess to quote a Silo TV show, today is not that day. Speaking of TV shows, surprisingly, Baldur's Gate is getting one that will continue the story we saw in the game. Reported by Deadline, the showrunner is said to be Craig Mazin, who is responsible for the Last of Us adaptation. Apparently he played the game himself for over 100 hours, and it is a dream come true for him to be able to continue the story that Larian and Wizards of the Coast created. While this is the only information we know for sure about this project, some people are already skeptical. Considering the poor reception of the second season of The Last of Us, the deviation from the source material, and controversial dialogue choices, some are already saying that Mazin is not the right person for the job. Personally, I'm cautiously optimistic and hope that HBO learned their lesson. How about you? Are you more excited or skeptical? And to wrap things up, let's talk about something I honestly cannot stop laughing about. During a recent Overwatch spotlight, Blizzard talked a lot about the future of the game. And the first big piece is that they're dropping the 2 and going back to being called just Overwatch. Along with the name change, the company is moving to a year-long narrative model called The Reign of Talon, probably following Riot Games with their original content. This model spans 6 seasons across the year and will introduce ongoing story development, cinematics, in-game events, and lore. The first season under the new system will launch with new gameplay content, including hero additions, a UI/UX refresh, revised competitive systems, sub-roles, and new events. Early details mention 5 new heroes at launch, with more added later in the year. And all that sounds wonderful, but I have to ask, was it worth it? I mean, the company went through so much trouble to make a sequel nobody wanted, alienated the majority of their player base, justified it despite the criticism across the board, all that just to return to where it all started. It's almost as sad as it is funny, and that's coming from a person who played the original game from day one for thousands of hours. Honestly, I think this game is too far gone and no rebranding is going to save it, especially not with Marvel rivals out there. But I mean, whatever makes them happy, I guess. What are your thoughts on Overwatch? Do you still play it? And that's all I have for you today, friends. As usual, if you want to know more, all source links are in the description. And of course, clicking the like button helps this channel and brings you more and more interesting news each week. Subscribe if you are new, as I put out new videos every week. Thank you for making it this far. Have a great rest of the day, and that's Alex signing off for now. Cheers!